Okay, so welcome everyone. If you're just tuning in, we just had a presentation from New York Life. So here's the contact information for them. If you're interested in discussing your finances, you can get a free consultation. They will also be at Carnival, so please go see their booth. So I'm gonna stop sharing this now. Hello, everyone. I'm going to invite Principal Abrax to share updates. I'm so glad this is the most participation we've had. This is amazing. So I'm going to mute myself and let Principal Abrax share what's going on. We do have a handful of people in the room, so please feel free to either jump in if you have a question, raise your hand, put it in the chat. I'll be monitoring it, and then I'll jump in with some PTO updates. But for now, Principal Abrax.
Good morning, everyone. Let me see here. Well, during this time, we typically just give you the updates for the calendar. I know Erin's going to share some of the events that are sponsored by our TIF and PTO. But right now, we're in the middle of task testing. So our 3rd through 6th grade students started their testing this week, and it's going to go through for the next couple of weeks. And those schedules should have been shared with the parents regarding which days kiddos were going to be either doing their math or their ELA assessments. So please make sure that you double check that. I know that teachers were communicating with parents regarding like making sure that they have their breakfast, that they get here on time, and that they just try their best. We have never been one of those schools that like teaches to the test or anything like that. We just really want kids to feel comfortable and to do their best. And that's what's going to be emphasized in the classrooms as well. But just wanted to make sure because testing did start this week for many of our classes. Okay.
Charged computers.
What?
Charged computers.
Oh, yes. I was just told by Ms. Nazarians to remind your kiddos to charge their Chromebooks because all assessments are online. So they need to make sure that they bring their Chromebooks from home fully charged. Okay. What else on testing? Anything else, Ms. Nazarians?
That's it.
Okay. Next week on Monday, we have field day. Mr. Sondergaard just shared like the schedule and the different stations. So you will be getting some information probably after this meeting regarding any volunteering or if you would like to come participate. Typically, our student council has been more active since last year and they started running the stations, which is really awesome. We really want to build their leadership skills. In the past, we had parents leading the different stations, but our student council has really been working with Mr. Sondergaard to lead those. So if we need more volunteers for the event, you will see something go out for some assistance. So that's on Monday. And what it is, if you're new to it, is just rotations of different activities out on the field where they rotate to I believe there's 5 stations this year where they will be playing. It's a day of play, field exercise, just to get out of the classroom, especially now that the weather is much nicer. It was a little kooky for this past week being really misty, but so they'll be out there on Monday. Wear sneakers, make sure that they wear comfortable clothes. On Tuesday, we have our spring concert. Our musicians have been learning instruments or refining their skills, and they will be performing for our students during the day. And if you would like to come as a family to see our musicians, then there will be a night performance on Tuesday that will go out in the week's parent square. So I believe the evening show is at 6. During the day, like I said, is for the kiddos, and that they'll perform 2 times for TK through 2nd and then 3rd through 6th. That's on Tuesday. Our soccer team for one of our soccer teams is going to be in the semifinals next week as well. We're hoping that they push through and go to another championship. So if you are around campus at 3:30 on Tuesday, you could come support them on the field. And then we have a busy week. And then on Wednesday, we do have our banking day. And then Friday, the 16th, I'm sure you're going to talk about it, Erin. That's bingo night, but busy. And then as we go through for this month, We're also doing special events for our sixth graders. We have a field trip coming up. And then we have, there was one more thing. Our final Excellent Eagle Assembly will be on the 30th, which is our sixth graders typically perform just as their final goodbye, to all students, which is kind of cute and sad all at once. So that's on Friday. And let me see. The teachers will be completing report cards, everything on the 6th. I know that's also our carnival, and Erin will give you more information. But we are having our sixth grade promotion on Monday, June 9th. So if you have a sixth grader and you don't have that on your calendar, it's on Monday, June 9th at 3 p.m. Our kinder promotion is on Tuesday. So kinder promotion, you'll get more information because we do split it. There's our dual promotion in our English classes because there's 5. So we split those up. That'll be on Tuesday, the 10th. And we do have the sixth grade pool party that day as well. Last day of school is on the 11th. It is a minimum day. So it's a minimum banking day. So the schedule's a little wonky. It'll be earlier that they get out, which is the last day again. So those are the big ones that I think sometimes parents forget, but just want to make sure that you have all of those on your radar just to ensure participation and that the kiddos come to school those days. We try to make it as light as possible. I know teachers try to wrap it all up, especially since the grades will be due the 6th. So I just want to make sure that you have that scheduled. I mean, it's busy, but it's a fun busy with the kids. So, and thank you. I just want to say thank you here for all of the nice messages and treats to our teachers and everything. So we really, really appreciate it. And it's really sweet. Somebody asked in the chat what time the kinder promotions are. I have to make sure that I have the right times before I announce it here, but we will send out a message to our kinder families about your time and then your tickets. It's typically for family, I believe. Right?
4 is sixth grade, 2 is kinder.
Oh, 2 kinder. Oh, Ms. Nazarian is right. 2 kinder, 4 for sixth grade. So you'll get more information. I'll send it specifically to our sixth grade and our kinder families with all the details. Anything else? I think that's it. So be prepared. And sixth grade families, I know it's a kind of they have like senioritis right now. So we want to end strong with our sixth grade so that they could have a successful end of the school year and move on to middle school. So let us know if you need any support with that. That's it. Felt like there's a lot of
all right. Well, awesome. I wanted to see if anyone had any questions for Principal LeBrecq or Ms. Nazarian while they're here. No comments in the chat. If anyone wants to unmute, they are both here, live and in person. If anyone has any questions also in the room, questions. I know we have a few people in the room.
I have a question. Can we say something to the city about the parking today and tomorrow? They blocked off all the parking spots for filming.
Yes, we had a chat with the city as well as with the parks. And I know that my biggest concern was drop off and pickup. So I know that won't be affected. Ooh, can they even hear me? That you're welcome.
You don't have to wait on your end.
Sorry.
Got it. Sorry about that. Oh, no.
Sorry. So it won't affect our pickup and drop off, but I know that, yeah, I mean, I think it should have been handled a little differently. But the filming is happening, I think, at night after everybody's gone. But we will work to ensure that it's as smooth as possible. I know.
So the parking, they're filming at night.
But they put their trailers and everything else. I believe that they bring it, but they can't do it during drop off and pickup. So they can't affect this side of Kenilworth. On the other side, I believe it's trailer parking and whatever else. I think that what they're doing, and I don't know all the details, but it's the baseball field They want like a clear shot of the baseball field for whatever movie's happening.
Mhm.
I know.
I know, I just don't understand why they would approve taking away
Right.
all the parking during,
During a school day,
yeah, that's wild.
right?
Not just the school, but then the public library, the civic center, the park, everything. For three, like it's drop off, pick up, and then drop off again.
Yeah.
But I just want to whine to them. Well, I know, but maybe we
Money.
should group a bunch of parents. Everyone call the city. I'm calling because I think it's ridiculous. But
We talked to our assistant soup and she was like, what is happening? So I know that she was really working with the city, and I think my biggest concern was a pickup and drop off.
yeah,
And then we were also trying to figure out, does that mean we park at like the Galleria and walk like if it were, you know, the walk to school day? It was just yeah, it's a little
yeah,
bit tough. Yeah, somebody put in there about it's not all day. Yeah, it's
it is.
mostly at night. It's not gonna be, they say it's more like noon and just parking. Yeah, it's a little
Well,
tricky.
if you're paying attention to the sign, if you follow the sign, it was midnight to this morning through all day. It's like midnight to midnight, and then it starts right again in the morning tomorrow till 1 p.m. So it is, if you're following the sign, which I didn't this morning because I had to get my kid to school.
Yeah,
But okay.
sorry. It's the marriage of the city and the school.
Oh, yes, please go ahead. Thank you. I just wanted to follow up in regards to what was listed on the agenda regarding the parent surveys. And if at this point you're not in a position to be able to share or divulge that analysis of the results, at what point will you?
Oh, yeah. We had, if you guys all recall, there was a district survey that went out to families at every school site, I believe, and then there was some specific questions that were given for each of the schools. So they all got to look through the questions and create questions and send it out. We worked together with our chair from School Site Council. She already compiled like a summary because there was so many questions on there. I believe, yeah, our summary of all the results are going to go out through Parent Square after the meeting. So it'll be
tomorrow. We have a meeting tomorrow, and then when we
compile it and put it in.
put the information together, then we're gonna send it out to parents. And when you say we,
The School Site Council.
okay.
So School Site Council meets is it tomorrow? Tomorrow at 3.
Sorry, that's more on the.
Wait.
I have it in here. It's on the 14th.
Hold on, I'll tell you exactly.
It's on the 14th. We have a meeting at 3:00.
Yeah, but I believe that Miss Aharonian, I don't know if she's on there already, but she compiled all of our summary, and she puts it together beautifully, and we'll be able to push it out to all of you through Parent Square soon. If not by next week, I think as early as this week. Yeah.
We have the meeting on the 14th, and we'll follow parents.
Okay. Any other questions?
So if there's, just to expound on that first question,
Mhm.
so is it a generalized consensus that is addressed, or is it each concern? Because I know there were several questions that was, to each family.
Mhm.
And is it a general consensus of, well, 5 family members stated this same concern, so we're gonna put this on there? Or is it pretty much everyone? It's like an overview.
Yeah, it breaks it down to like however, I can't recall specific questions, but it'll say like how many answered this way, how many answered this. So it'll be like the general from like however many the number of people who actually responded. And then it breaks down each question to like however people, the percentage of families. And I think in some of those will tell you the actual number of families as well.
Other than the numbers,
Mhm.
is the information divulged as to what
What do you mean?
they answered to the open-ended question? There were some open-ended questions.
that you could
where
type
could
that your own-
detail.
yeah.
Mhm.
There's
Will that
everything-
be divulged?
everything
That's
will
what
be
I'm
on there.
concerned about. Or are they just going to say 200 families responded to the open-ended question?
Oh,
I wanna know, will the actual data be divulged and shared so that we can.
Are aware.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we're having that meeting on the 14th to come down to like when we're gonna.
How to break it down. I think it's not,
There's so much.
it's not sharing, it's how to share it.
Yeah.
What would be the most comprehensible? Because I know that we've shared those in the past where you kind of break it down and it's line by line or like input. I know that there's a link with that. We're just trying to figure out how would we be able to share it without getting all convoluted on it. So it's just, and like I said, our chair is really good about working with data and just making it, just breaking it down so it's like easier on the eyes and just more friendly. So I do believe that she has all of that data as well.
Annie's not on the call. I know she would.
I know she would jump on it right now.
Jump on it right away.
Yeah.
School site count. Yeah, she would
Yeah.
have jumped on it right away, but I know she is, this is what
Very
her,
detailed.
like, yeah, this is her job, like, in general, like, outside of this,
Mhm.
her job is taking data. She does data for our Wellness Fridays.
Okay.
Like, she runs data on, like, student attendance, so she is so good at it. So I believe what you get, you're gonna be really happy with, but of course, as we said, Ani is not on the call right now, so, but would jump right in and.
Okay,
and
and so my last
Yeah.
question to the same point was that when will the data be enacted?
That's why we're having a meeting on the 14th.
That's also going to be discussed in the meeting.
We're gonna be discussing when it's gonna be sent out to like parents or like.
Oh, no, not when you'll share it.
Okay.
When will what has been requested of the families?
Oh.
When will that be implemented in the school? The changes?
Oh, well, that we use data from the survey to also create our goals for the following year.
So next school year.
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah, because the school year is gonna end already.
I didn't know if it was 2 years, 3 years.
No. We try and even with our actual, because then the teachers are surveyed and the kids are surveyed. So
Okay.
our students are surveyed from 4th through 6th grade.
Mhm.
Kind of just gives a little bit like of a assessment on that. I mean, we can't, there's nothing that's given to our little ones, but we kind of get a feel of like how the older kids are feeling, what areas would we need to kind of set a goal for, the teachers as well, and then, or the staff. And then what we also do is we take the data from the assessments. So like for the CAST math and for ELA, we look at that data, we get it in the summer and we create, or they're even as early as, a couple of weeks, because everything's so, the systems are so much advanced that when we get it, we could create our math goal, our ELA goal, so then we could do our climate goal and things like that. So I know that the feedback from the survey will be used to implement our school plan. So then you have goals that go into the school plan. And this year, what the district is really pushing for all schools is to align it all in one plan so that it's easier to manage, because there's a lot of different plans and a lot of different goals. So they're all trying to put into one school plan and like, what's the direction that the school is going to take in this area, and this area. So the data compiled with this survey will be the parent section, family section, and then we'll also incorporate what the kids are thinking, what they need, and then staff and all of that stuff. So like, it'll be at school site council, I think we'll be able to look through all of it and just look, like, have a better breakdown.
Thank you.
Anything else? Any questions from here? No? Okay, I guess you're on, Aaron. Let me mute you.
All right. So let's see. There's a lot going on. So Teacher Appreciation Week, Staff Appreciation Week has been going strong. Today is Portos, but yesterday we had to literally bring 4 tables in from the outside just because of the amount of food we had. So big shout out to all the parents who brought food to the potluck. Yeah, absolutely. And then to Whole Foods who in Glendale. So give them a shout out if you happen to swing by the Whole Foods in Glendale. They gave us trays of sandwiches, fruit platters, cookies. So it really just, I mean, I walked in and every staff member in that room had like a huge smile on their face. So thank you all. It was the turnout was amazing. And tomorrow our teachers will get some donuts and coffee and any leftovers. I think we have like a flan and a tart and there's just a whole bunch of food left over. So we're calling it Leftover Friday. So, so that's going to be fun. But again, thank you everyone. Like our teachers feel, I mean, they're glowing this week. So thank you all for showing up for them, having your students bring like gifts for them or flowers. It's been amazing. So thank you. Tomorrow night is obviously, or not obviously, tomorrow night is movie night. It's going to be indoors, and Dogman is on the docket for the movie. No surprise there. After I announced it at the Excellent Legal Assembly, couldn't get the kids to settle down. They were very excited about Dogman. So I have different feelings personally, but that is what will be watched tomorrow night. We will have tacos. We'll have a bunch of snacks for sale. Our gym doors will open at 5:45 p.m. The movie will start at about 6:30 since we're not waiting for any sunset. And our tacos will be available in the courtyard. So it'll be a contained space where if students need a little air, they can step into the courtyard. But the blacktop and the playground will not be open for this. It's just within the gym and in the courtyard if you want to get some tacos. It is, if you have a family pass, your entry is included. If you don't have a family pass, it's $3 per person over the age of 4. Then next Friday, so we're just doing back to back. Next Friday is family bingo. So yay. That should be wicked fun. We have Sammy's Sandwiches. That was the truck that was here for Science Night as well. So we'll have a social hour from 5 to 6 p.m. Come at 5. You can bring your own food. You can get some food, socialize, get to know some of the other families. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll open our doors for bingo, where we'll have some water and snacks for sale inside if anyone's hungry while we're playing. And we'll play bingo till about 7:30 p.m. So that should be really fun. Anyone who wins, any students or parents will give their students, they get a little certificate. They get a prize from the prize closet, which is something we haven't done in like a couple of years. So that should be really cool. Yeah, there's some really good stuff in there. So they'll get like a little bingo certificate that they can use to go get a prize in the prize closet. We need volunteers for both those events. So if you're available, the volunteer link will be available tomorrow when we send the reminder for movie night. And then for bingo, we have a few slots open. If you're part of the evening volunteer group, which is like an open group in parents where you can join, that's where I post most of the evening volunteer notifications. So I'm not blasting the whole school. So you can find that under groups in Parent Square if you want to join the evening volunteer group. And then 2 weeks after that, we have end of year carnival. If you haven't been here, if you're new here, that is literally our biggest event. It's huge and it's amazing, but we need a lot of volunteers. So something that I'm going to be sending to the entire school is not only to save the date, and thanks to our student council, we will have a couple options for a theme. So y'all get to vote on a theme. We don't necessarily decorate for the theme, but we like you to decorate yourself for the theme. So it should be really fun. Everyone can come in like, fun outfit, whatever the theme is. And then we have 30-minute slots. So if you can, please sign up for a 30-minute slot, because if we don't have volunteers, we have to shut down like the bounce houses. If we don't have volunteers, they need to be supervised. We shut them down, which is like not fun, but also we have like safety comes first. But there's going to be a ton of stuff, food vendors, a rock wall, bounce houses, surprise performances. It's very exciting. So the way that it'll work is, for those of you who have been here, this is new information. For those of you who haven't, it's obviously new because you haven't heard. So Carnival this year is free to Edison students, their parents, and any children under the age of 4. Any other older like siblings who are coming, or like a grandparent or something who's coming, every other person is going to be $3. And we're doing that because we had some challenges last year with some vandalism. And so we need to just make sure that everyone is accountable for the people that they bring with them, their other students or something like that. So again, if you are an Edison student or a parent of an Edison student, your entry is free. If you have a child who is under the age of 4, they are free. But any older siblings, like I said, bring an aunt and uncle, their entry fee will be $3, and we take cash or card. We are not doing any of these sales in advance. It will be at the door. That will allow us to make sure there's accountability for whoever you bring in with you. So again, Carnival, it's a wicked fun event. We just don't want to walk into the bathroom at the end of it and find that it's been, dismantled in some way. But it's an end of year celebration. Like I said, we'll have vendors, we have food trucks, we have so much good stuff. And I want everyone to have a good time. And that will, our early entry starts at 5 o'clock. That's based on our original direct donation campaign. At certain levels, you get early entry, but general entry is at 5:30 p.m. and it runs to 8 o'clock. And again, it's super fun. So I'm hoping to see you all there. It is culmination. And the reason that it's free to Edison students and their parents is because we hit our direct donation goal at the beginning of the year. So that's what funds the PTO for the year. If we hit our fundraising goal, the carnival's free for all Edison parents and their students. So we did that. So thank you to all of you who donated at the beginning of the year to allow to have this end of year event be free. Okay, I just threw a lot at you, but mainly tomorrow night, movie night, next Friday, bingo, June 6th, which is another Friday, carnival. Nothing else in between that, but I'm always around with questions. And again, please, I put 30-minute slots for a reason. If you can do that 30 minutes, even one slot of 30 minutes, it'd be amazing. So we can keep all of our stations open for all of our kiddos so they can have fun. The carnival? Oh, great question. So the question was what time? So the carnival for our early entry, that's at 5 p.m. And those are people who donated at a certain level for our direct donation campaign, and they will be notified directly. So you don't have to worry if you're that person or not. For everyone else, the event will start at 5:30 p.m. and will run to 8 p.m. And we will let you all know in advance. We'll have people be lining up based on their last name. So we'll have a few lines going. So there will be lines. We are aware of that. But this is the only way we can mitigate, making sure that everyone is accountable for everyone who comes in. And we will do our best to just keep those lines moving so everyone can get in. So again, our early entry, 5 o'clock, our general entry, 5:30 p.m., and it runs till 8 p.m. Thank you. Any other questions?
Are the kindergartens gonna have like a cap and gown situation?
Oh, here, let me mute up. There's a question about cap and gown, and go Principal Breck answer.
For kindergarten, our tradition has been that they wear a little blue gown. There's no caps in it, but they do wear a little gown for the ceremony. And so no. We just, they're loaners. So we've had them. So we issue them to the teacher. The teacher dresses them and then takes it by the end of it. So it'll be that same day they'll get dressed in class. They'll come in their little blue gowns. Mm-hmm.
No. We have a couple of kinder parents in here. Can they keep it so we can take a picture with them after the ceremony?
Pictures there. There'll also be a photographer. We have a photographer, but you can't keep it.
I unmuted, yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. So you cannot keep the blue gown. You just borrow it for that ceremony, and yeah, you take a couple of pictures and then it's collected before you leave the building. It's our investment.
No, thank you. We'll give it another minute if anyone wants to enter any questions in the chat. Happy to answer them. Or if anyone wants to jump in, happy to answer. And again, this has been recorded, so if you jumped in late, no worries. The link starts off with our New York Life. We've partnered with New York Life to have some financial literacy classes in our 3rd through 6th grade. It was an opt-in for the teachers. We hope will continue next year. Our students really enjoyed it because our students in the dual program were able to have it in Spanish, and our students in the English program were able to have it in English. But we also have a fantastic one of our financial literacy or financial advisors is actually also speaks Armenian. So we thought that was really wonderful. Her name is Ani, and she's fantastic. So if you are looking for someone who you may be more comfortable. And then Paulina and Juan, who were on earlier, are also, they speak English and Spanish. So again, having such a diverse group here at Edison, we really wanted to make sure that when we brought people in, that they were they were from diverse backgrounds. Because I think it's also great to show our students, what they can achieve, right? If they are into financial literacy or into finances, that they can do what Ani, Juan, and Paulina do. So I've been grateful that they've come in on their own time to educate our students because they recognize, as we all believe, in the importance of financial literacy. And we do start in 3rd grade because there's a certain kind of maturity or that the students need to have, or like growth in their brain. That's not a technical term. Don't quote me on that. In order for them to be able to like retain the information. But I think overall they have definitely enjoyed it. And I'm so grateful for them. So their presentation was not recorded. However, right when you jump on this, if you start this recording, their information is right there at the front if you'd like to contact them directly. And they will be at Carnival. Go to their booth, come see them. They're fantastic, and they just want to help everyone be financially literate, adults and students. It's really important to them. It's important to us. So please stop by and see them. And then it looks like there was a question. Principal Lebrecht, did you want to address that?
Yeah, I was responding.
Oh, okay.
Someone asked about the Thriller video back in October. I'm going to talk to Miss Luna since she's in charge of all the dance after or before school and with the dance team and all those events. So I'll ask her and I'll circle back to Miss Lauren.
Yeah,
Okay?
hi, thank you.
Of course.
All right. Well, we are. I think we're not at time, but I think we don't seem to have any more questions. As you know, Principal Breck, Mrs. Irons, myself, we're available for you. Thank you for joining. And again, this will be recorded, so I'll publish it later on today if you missed it or joined late. But thank you all for coming, and just have a fantastic rest of your week. Remember, remind your students to thank their teachers and their staff for being so amazing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.